Hey everybody, this is Troy from TR Tech Tactical and Survival. A little bit different today. You can see the scenario and the settings are different, and I'm doing this video a lot different than ever before as well. This is something I've never done. I am using notes. I have my computer in front of me, and I actually have a long list of notes that I'm going to use and follow when making this video. And the reason is because I feel that this is a very important topic and I need to get all my points across. I don't want to repeat, stutter, or slur in the making of this video. That's how important I believe that this topic is. What I want to talk to you about today is how current events around the world over the last 2 years could be and are likely going to lead up to a possible collapse. The collapse could come in our financial and stock market systems, the real estate market in China and the instability over there could lead to a collapse with repercussions in America, causing our stock market and our economy to collapse. There's more and more talk right now. Every day, it seems almost every day I get articles in my feed about coming solar flares going to affect the power grid and internet and communications. This kind of talk is expanding more and more. There's talk about the weakened power grid, how the power grid just cannot sustain the amount of power that we're drawing right now. There are more and more natural disasters around the world, almost like we've never seen. The amount of natural disasters occurring are just very widespread. And having lived through 3 hurricanes in New York, which caused a complete collapse of the total collapse of all infrastructure for a period of weeks at a time, leads me to have a very strong belief in being prepared and stocked up for anything. I went through various blizzards, fire evacuations. Well, I didn't, but people nearby. I've seen people evacuated just miles from my home. Various natural disasters along with the 3 hurricanes. And in all of those scenarios, I lived in relative comfort. And sad to say, while most other people suffered miserably, having a power outage for a week at a time during a blizzard is no joke. It is rough. In the past couple years, we have seen massive supply chain issues. We've seen there's a surplus of containers and ships and products stuck in China waiting to come to us and other countries. There are empty containers. There's a shortage of containers in China, but they don't have enough containers over there. We have too many empty containers, but we're not able to fill them fast enough. We're not exporting enough to meet the amount of imports. Therefore, containers are being stuck here in our ports waiting to be filled, causing the shortage over there. We have ships waiting in ports to be unloaded. This is causing a massive global supply chain problem. There are products that cannot be manufactured because the supply chain is broke right now. I ordered a piece of equipment for my tractor 4 or 5 months ago that they still have not been able to make and produce today, and they said, we don't know when you could get it because we're not getting the metal to the manufacturer to make the product to provide to the consumer. That is causing repercussions all around the world. The events of last year caused our governments to flood the economy with a surplus of money, which sent people on a buying spree, and that reduced the amount of products that were on hand in such a tremendous scale that we're still trying to restock and recover from that today. Because of the supply chain issues, some products are becoming very hard to get back in stock and reproduce. Another issue that led up to where we are today is because so many people were staying home last year, and some still this year, a lot more people were working on do-it-yourself projects at home, and gardening, renovating, new construction, which caused a massive shortage in building materials and hardware. The lumber industry has been in turmoil, for example, since last year, and we're still trying to recover from that. The government is printing money like there's no tomorrow. At least I can speak for the U.S. government. I don't know world events as well of all the local governments, but our government is printing money, which is causing inflation and reducing the value of the dollar. And this is not sustainable long term. This cannot be sustained long term. There's going to be a reconciliation. All of the things that I just mentioned are causing prices to skyrocket. Right now we're seeing gas prices go through the roof. Grocery prices have doubled in some places. A 10-pound tube of ground beef that was $20 a few months ago is now $40. The exact same brand, same label, same everything. Meat is outrageous. It's becoming almost unaffordable for families like us. Toilet paper is doubled in some major stores that we shop from where it was last year. Paper towels, same thing. The paper towel size, the $1 paper towel roll from a year ago, was maybe this big. And it was small for its size, but it was $1. Well, now it's even thinner and loosely packed with air, and now that single roll of paper towels is $2 in this big name store where we usually shop for our products. The toilet paper, we have this pack that we bought the one time that it says it's equal to 72 rolls. Well, yeah, when they've shrunk and become anemic, and you pack more of these tiny little rolls in a small pack and then double the price. And it's getting out of control. Grocery stores are stocking fewer products. They have fewer varieties. Take, for example, shampoo, just off the top of my head. There might have been a whole aisle of shampoo and bath and beauty products, and now there's only a few selections. You're finding more and more bare spots on the shelves and empty, long sections of empty areas on the shelves where there used to be more variety, and they're reducing it. Actually, I know the soft drink industry has actually been reducing the amount of varieties that they manufacture. Another problem with not just the grocery stores, but all of the businesses, all of the retail businesses that we deal with on a daily basis, they only have on average a 1-day supply of products in the store at any given time. We're used to the shipping industry constantly bringing in a load every single night, restocking that store with everything you need and everything you sold throughout the day. The problem is now that they're only keeping 1 day of supplies on hand. I went to buy a socket, for example, at a local store, and there was only one on the shelf. When you buy that, they'll order another. Whereas it used to be, there were 5 or 6 on that same rack 2 years ago. And this should be causing everyone to feel a bit uncomfortable, because any kind of a break in the supply chain now would have repercussions for days, even weeks to come, until we were able to get that supply moving and get the stores restocked. And here's a big one. here's a big point right now. Many of the top financial advisors in the world are talking about a financial collapse the likes the world has never seen in the history of the entire world. Now, this isn't me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert on finances. I've been reading, though, and following up. And there are many of top financial advisors saying that possibly even October, we could see a massive collapse. Some are saying maybe November, some are saying a bit later, but many of them are agreeing a massive collapse is coming. It could be caused by inflation, it could be caused by the real estate market in China having repercussions flowing over into here. It could be the amount of money being printed right now. But they're all talking about a massive collapse, a financial collapse. And when the rich people are talking about how to secure their money to ride through hard times, we should all, every one of us, even if you don't have a lot of money to worry about, wake up and take note and start to be prepared so you too can ride it out.